What's happening, everyone? This is Rob Yang at robertyang.net, and I want to talk about adrenal function and how to test the adrenals. There's some discrepancy in regards to should I test through blood, should I test through saliva, and there's some drawbacks with testing with blood, and there's some benefits that you'll see with saliva collection in regards to how the adrenals are functioning. Real quickly, the adrenals are glands that sit up right above your kidneys that are responsible how your body deals with stress. And the way that your body deals with stress is to release a hormone called cortisol. So it helps to manage the stress. It helps to manage blood sugar if you skip a meal or don't eat the right type of food. So it has lots of jobs in the body. And one of the ways that we can test to see how your body's handling stress is how the adrenals are functioning and to test cortisol levels. Now, people go to the doctor and say, "Doc, I'm tired all the time." They'll test the thyroid usually, but one of the tests they might test are the adrenals. And you go in the morning on an empty stomach, they draw your blood, and they test your cortisol levels. Now, sometimes they may show you as normal, and within that normal, there may be a problem because with cortisol levels, if we looked at the normative values, one of the normative values is between 22 and 46. And within this level, sometimes, depending on what lab is being run, if you're 23, you're still in the normal range, right? But it's what we call low normal. So that could be a problem with the doctor reading it because they want to look for complete dysfunction, which is Addison's disease. So it's on the spectrum of no function of the adrenal glands. And that's not what we're really after. We're after someone that doesn't feel well. They wake up, they have to drink coffee all the time to stay awake. They get tired in 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, have to take a nap. Those are the symptoms we're looking at that are symptoms of adrenal fatigue. Now, this is the total cortisol sum, and they're only testing in the morning time of cortisol. But we have different cortisol levels throughout the day, and this is where saliva testing comes into play to really give you an idea of what your cortisol rhythm is. And you'll see that there is a rhythm of cortisol. Cortisol is produced in differing amounts depending on what time of day it is. So if you look at up here on this chart here, typically the collection times are 4 times throughout the day, and that's between 6 to 8 a.m. And then you got 12 to 1 p.m., 4 to 5 p.m., and then 10 to 12 p.m. at night. So if you look at these time periods, typically cortisol levels, if you look at normative values, the morning cortisol is between 13 to 24. So 13 to 24 in the morning, and then at 12 to 1, you're looking at between 5 to 10. And again, these values will change from lab to lab, so don't get all frustrated if you're using some kind of lab that is different from the one I use. And then between 4 to 5 is between about 3 to 8. And then between 10 to 12, you're looking at values of between 1 to about 4. So I'm going to rewrite that 22 to 46. So this would be the total cortisol sum of these values here, as you can see. Now, the value in saliva testing is that because you're testing it 4 times throughout the day, you're looking at the amount that's produced in an individual. So in the morning, and this is very common for me to see with many of my clients, they might test out at 9 in the morning, and that's 6 to 8. And then they have around maybe, let's say, 6 at around that 12 to 1. And then from here at 4 to 5, they might be at around a 4. And then at night, between 10 to 12, it should be at 1 to 4, as you can see. But oftentimes, I get people testing out at 8 to maybe 10 at night. So this is what we call an inverted cortisol rhythm, where it should be really upwards towards 13 to 24. That value is really low here, as you can see in the morning, and at night, it's double or more than double than what it should be at night. So classically, a person like this, because they have high cortisol at night, they're stimulating. So cortisol is a stimulating hormone, so they're going to have a difficult time falling asleep. Now, if we add all these values up, if we use 10, that's 10 plus 4 is 14. That's 20, that's 29. So right here, we've got 29. So if you look at the total sum of cortisol of what someone should be at, they're in the range of 29. And they may test that in the blood with the doctor. Doctor says, oh, you're completely fine. But the person's going, hey, I wake up, I freaking can't wake up in the morning, and then I've got low energy throughout the day, and then at night, I can't go to bed. I'm completely stimulated. Well, this tells you exactly what's happening because they have low cortisol in the morning and they have high cortisol at night. So there's the value in using saliva testing versus just using serum. If anything, saliva testing would give you a more accurate picture of how the adrenal glands are doing throughout the day. And the value of this is that you don't have to go to your doctor. You can contact your practitioner, you can contact our office and get tested, because then you can test yourself on a day where you have a highly stressful day. And that's the whole point in all this, is that it's not that stress is completely bad. I think people have gone beyond that and said, oh, stress is completely bad. No, we need stress in our body. We have eustress, we have distress. It just depends on if your body can tolerate and handle that stress. And oftentimes, people don't have the ability to handle the stress because of certain lifestyle factors. But saliva testing is really the way to go to get an accurate picture of where your adrenals are and how they are handling stress. So I hope that gives you some good insight into really what testing procedure to use if you're interested in testing how your adrenals are doing, if you're fatigued and have any of these symptoms that I talked about in this segment. So hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, eat well to feel well.